Good to see you all. Thank you for joining today. I thought it would be great just to circle back to some of the basics of meditation. And so, if you've never been here before, this is perfect for you. And if you've been here for every single one of these events, this is perfect for you as well. A lot of times in meditation, we talk about the beginner mind of just approaching everything as a beginner with openness and curiosity. So I felt like this would be great for longtime attendees and brand new attendees. So I'll walk you through just a couple of things, and then we'll go through maybe 5 minutes together of mindfulness. If you're new to mindfulness, 5 minutes may feel like 50 minutes. That's okay. But we'll do about 5 minutes of practice together after my instruction. So to start with, if you are seated, I'll actually invite you to close your eyes. You can keep your eyes open, but most people are like me, that we get very distracted visually. And so closing my eyes is just a way to just shut out a lot of the visual stimulus, a lot of the visual things that will distract me, and allows me to go a little bit more inward. And I would invite you to, if you're seated, to check that you are upright, so your spine is straight up and down. And even if you want to start with leaning a little bit forward, leaning a little bit backwards, and then finding the middle point between those two where you're just straight up and down. And we can do the same thing side to side, lean a little bit to the left, lean a little bit to the right, and then just find that middle point. And your hands can be on your legs. They can be on your armrest if you have an armrest. And I would encourage you to have your spine straight, but every other part of yourself, if you could, relax. And to help you with that, I'm going to start by having you go ahead and take your shoulders up to your ear, just to engage your shoulders, and then let go. It's just a way to relax our shoulders a little bit. And if you want to try tightening and scrunching up your face, just kind of stressing your face out and then letting go. That's another way to help us just consciously relax our forehead where we store a lot of stress. And if you want to take your jaw and just wiggle it side to side, we can hold a lot of tension in our jaw. That's just a way of releasing that tension. And then taking your hands and making a fist and maybe putting some tension there and then releasing. Same thing, we're just consciously trying to let some of the tension out that we hold in our body. And if you want to make a fist with your feet, just to tense them for a moment and then let go. We are just mindfully relaxing different parts of our body. We're going to start by taking a deep inhale, and as you do, you don't have to start this yet, I'll talk you through it. We're going to inhale into our belly. We want to exhale our belly almost as if it was a beach ball inflating. So we're going to fully fill up our belly. We're going to do an inhale to the count of 8, which is a lot deeper inhale than I normally do. And then we're going to hold that inhale if we can for a count of 8. And then we're going to exhale for a count of 8. This is just a way of exaggerating our inhale and holding and exhale. It's a way to help us drop into our body. It's a way to kind of signal to our brain that we're doing something different. So I'd invite you, and you can just count this out on your own, to inhale fully to a count of 8 into your belly. Hold for 8. And then exhale for 8. And in just one moment, I'll invite you to do 2 more of those at your own pace. There's nothing magical about the number 8. So if 4 felt like fully full to you, just go with 4. But try to keep it the same. It's called boxed breathing. 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 5 or 6, whatever number works for you. But go ahead and do 2 more of those at your own pace. letting that go, you can just breathe normally now. And just check your posture one more time, that your spine is upright. Maybe drop your chin just a little bit, relax your shoulders, relax your belly, relax your forehead, relax your jaw, your hands, your feet. And we'll go into a period of about 5 minutes of mindfulness. And that's just paying attention. We just want to quiet the mind. We're usually dropping around, jumping around to the past, to the future, planning, evaluating, judging. We would just like to spend a few minutes here where we try to give our full attention to just one thing. And in this case, we're going to give our full attention to our breath. And oftentimes we use our breath in meditation because it's something that we always have with us. Wherever we're at, we can always breathe, and we can always give all of our attention to our breath. So in this case, our breath is what we're calling our primary object. We're going to give our primary attention, as much of it as we can, to our breath. And if you are like me, it is very rare that I give my full attention to anything. I'm usually splitting and just jumping around way too much. And so if your mind wanders a lot, that is not only okay, that is very, very normal. But I'm going to offer you two different tools. And all these are tools that kind of help us give more of our attention to our breath and minimize the times that our mind wanders. But it is completely inevitable that your mind will wander, so don't feel bad. So the first of two tools I give you is to just label your breath as inhale and exhale. That's all you need to do. So every time that you feel the need to breathe in, just in your mind, say the word inhale or in. And when you need to exhale, just label that out. And we'll just do about 30 seconds here for you to try that out and see how that works for you. All you need to do is focus on labeling the inhale in, the exhale out. And letting that go. The second tool that I would offer is to just count backwards from 5, labeling each exhale 5, then 4, then 3. And if you get distracted and lose count, that's okay. Go ahead and go back to 5. And if you make it down to 1, you can start again at 5. So let's just try this out as a second tool. As you exhale, just count 5. As you exhale again, count 4. As you exhale again, counting 3. And just continuing down to 1, and then looping back to 5. And again, we'll just take 30 seconds here for you to try this out at your own pace. And then just letting that go. I would invite you to just pick one of those two. If one of them was slightly easier for you, go ahead and go with that. But we're going to take 5 minutes, and I will occasionally chime in just to guide you through the process. But for the most part, we'll be sitting in silence for 5 minutes, which you'll realize is very, very not something we do and not something that's easy. So, one last time, just checking your posture, relaxing your belly, choosing one of those two methods, either the in and out or the counting from 5 down to 1 and repeating. Just stick with one, don't bounce between the two. But we'll go ahead and start. Whichever method you have, just trying to stay with that. And if your mind has already started to wander, try not to beat yourself up about it and just try to come back to whichever method you've chosen, either labeling the inhale in, labeling the exhale out, or counting your exhales backwards from 5, just coming back and starting over. Trying as much as possible to give your full attention to your breath, letting go of any distractions, whether it's planning, judging how you're doing, maybe judging this as a waste of time, slipping into memory. All of that's fine, but just trying to let it go and just coming back to giving the full weight of your attention, the full weight of your awareness just to your breath. And again, if your mind has wandered, treating your mind just like a puppy that just gallops off, gently scooping up your awareness, placing it back on your breath without judgment, without chiding, and just coming back to the breath. Just noticing without judgment anything that comes up. When is this going to be over? I'm not able to do this. What's wrong with me? Whatever thoughts you're having, someone else probably is having the exact same thoughts. Just being okay and just coming back to your breath. There's nothing else you need to do right now. This moment, your breath are fully deserving of your undivided attention. As we come up towards the end of this 5 minutes, just bringing some awareness to your body. Just see if you notice any changes. Are you feeling more stressed or less stressed? What are you feeling? Just noticing, even in these 5 minutes, if you're feeling differently than where you started. And then lastly, just feeling a sense of gratitude and appreciation that you showed up today, that you tried something new, that you took 5 minutes from all the busyness of your normal routine just to be present with yourself and with your breath. And if you want to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe move your shoulders side to side, bring a little bit of movement back into your body. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes and return back to the call. Thank you. Take care.